Hello, 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 everyone! It is finally happening. Can you believe it? Elden Ring. It's a real game. I was convinced that it just wasn't. It was just never going to come out. We'd never see anything more of it. It would just kind of slowly retreat back into the ether, and that would be that. But last night, you know, fair play to Jeff Keighley. He did tease it a little bit on social media, and everyone was like, "No, really? Is that a thing that's happening?" And then it did. But so we didn't live stream it last night because it was quite late. However, since the gameplay trailer went live, I've got a few more bits of information through. So I got a press release from Bandai Namco, and the Elden Ring official website is now up. And so I thought we would sort of go through that together, sort of pick apart the trailer, have a little look, and see what we can find out. So, how about we play the trailer first? How's that? Let's get all up in there and have a look. Oh, so we're not starting from the start. But look at that though.
Well,
so it looks gorgeous.
Tarnished
Tarnished is the new Ashen one, apparently.
Plain as a lord.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much a FromSoftware game, isn't it? Like, right now, it's like I'm looking hard to see George R.R. Martin's influence. Not really seeing it, not really seeing what he's bringing to the table, but I'm sure that will become apparent later, because right now this is just like, if you told me this was Dark Souls 4, probably believe you, because that boss in particular, no thank you. And that one, anything too handsy, don't like it. But this just looks gorgeous. And what I notice is as well, throughout this trailer, is they've kind of showed off slightly different character types too. That is just, wow. Alright, so let's start from the start again, because this is just going to keep going on a loop. Alright. So the big thing, the big huge thing about this, thank you, Nightcat, about this whole game apparently is the fact that you're mounted, right? You have a horse that apparently you can just summon out of thin air, and it looks like there's mounted combat.
Guided by grace.
I reckon that is, and I mean that would be a new thing to, like, you know, FromSoftware certainly don't sit on their laurels. They do try and bring something new to every game, and mounted combat feels like it would make sense after the kind of verticality of Sekiro, and like the sort of offensiveness of Bloodborne. Now we've got this kind of cross between a cow and a horse. That is pure Shadow of the Colossus energy as well. Yeah, here, look, that's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting. And then we've got pots with arms. This guy, which is very giant catacombs energy there. And yeah, you know what? Actually, we're the ones that go around extinguishing flames. I don't know if you're new around here, that's kind of our thing. That looks epic. And is it really a FromSoftware game if there's not a lovely, meek waifu to kind of guide you through and help you and level you up, probably? That, I don't know what the werewolf's about, but I'm excited about that also. So this is potentially very dragons with flying lightning. Look how exciting it is. The horse just double jumped, by the way. Did you see that? That boss is going to be fun, and this very Queen Maeve Boudicca vibes. Love it. Anyway, so we saw a little scene there. I'm going to switch back to the slideshow now, because so that I can kind of chat. So the little scene we saw there of all the different players, now that could be just PvP, PvE elements. However, going to the Elden Ring official website last night, it does say, it says like the game is 1 to 4 players, which is super interesting. It's possible the game could be like, you know, could have that sort of ongoing multiplayer element. let's go to the. So I'm going to read out the press release that I got through, or read out excerpts of the press release. So Elden Ring will launch on the 21st of January 2022 for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and PC via Steam. Game supports smart delivery on Xbox consoles, as well as a free upgrade to PS5 players who purchase the PS4 version. Great, so that's good news. So even if you haven't got a new console, a new gen console yet, you can rest assured that you can upgrade when and if you decide to do that. So, dive into a thrilling adventure and decide the fate of a vast world filled with intrigue and power. Fight against formidable enemies, this is FromSoftware, with FromSoftware's signature melee combat, and discover a wide range of inventive strategies made possible by the open-ended action RPG gameplay of Elden Ring. So it's obviously Hidetaka Miyazaki, creator of Dark Souls, and George R. R. Martin, who is apparently involved in the story somehow. Probably writing very long, meticulous item descriptions for very mundane things. His feast scenes, for example, go on for a very long time. Yes, right, George R. R. Martin, I'm calling you out. So, yeah, throughout their adventures, players will choose the fate of this cursed land by unraveling its secrets and myths. Well, that's nothing new. I mean, there were multiple endings for Dark Souls, so that's okay. Now here's the thing, featuring a vast and seamless landscape with natural weather and time of day progression. Day-night cycle, that's new. Players will become fully immersed in the world of Elden Ring as they begin their journey and choose their own path. Traverse on foot or horseback, alone or online with friends, across grassy plains, suffocating swamps, and lush forests. Now, does that mean co-op multiplayer? Like, you know, not just summoning for boss fights or whatever, or, you know, covenants, but actual full-on co-op multiplayer. That would be fun. So now, let's have a look. Where are we at? We're still going through the press release. Ascend spiraling mountains, breathtaking castles. We saw a little bit of it in the trailer. Witness other sights of grandeur on a scale never seen before in a FromSoftware title. I reckon scale never seen before. That kind of says to me Shadow of the Colossus vibes. That's a couple of times throughout all the materials that they put out last night that they mentioned specifically the size. They say this is the biggest game they've done, and it would make sense, especially since you have like that huge, the tree and everything in the background. Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah, big bosses, please. I think that would bring a real fresh kind of perspective to the FromSoftware kind of formula we know and love. Elden Ring's role-playing and customization options allow players to define their own unique playstyle. Yeah, sure. Experimentation is encouraged with a wide variety of weapons, magical abilities, and skills found throughout the world. So, that's all kind of known quantity. Elden Ring gives players the opportunity to chart their own path through this world. That's kind of, yeah, you could always kind of go whatever direction you wanted. I love that boss design, by the way. Choose to run headlong into fierce battles against daunting foes, or take advantage of the game's stealth and combat systems. So, taking a little leaf out of Sekiro's book. It is up to the player to decide how to handle the many challenges that lay before them. Now then, let's go back to the official website, because that gives us a little bit more flavor on the story that's happening. And that is some leap that Cowhorse is doing. Right. So, the Golden Order has been broken. Now, the Golden Order is mentioned in the trailer a few times. Rise, Tarnished, that's your name. They always love giving you a wee nickname in FromSoftware games. And be guided by grace to brandish the power of the Elden Ring and become an Elden Lord in the lands between, which is clearly the name of the new world that we're exploring. In the lands between, ruled by Queen Marika, the Eternal, maybe the red-haired gal we've seen, the Elden Ring, the source of the Erd Tree, has been shattered. I would guess that the Erd Tree is the big old kind of Yggdrasil-looking plant in the background. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that bird. What's that about? Is that like that looks like a summon or something. Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring, known as the Great Runes, and the mad taint of their newfound strength triggered a war, the Shattering. A war that meant abandonment by the greater will. Basically, what that's saying to me is you're going to be fighting all of her offspring in a lovely succession, and you can choose the order in which you fight them. They're going to be scattered throughout this world. It's definitely Shadow of the Colossus. I can kind of picture it being this huge kind of like place that you have the run of, and then in, you know, hidden throughout the corners of this vast plain, you'll find the things you need to fight. Spiders, or more like ants actually. And now the guidance of grace will be brought to the tarnished who were spurned by the grace of gold. How many times can you say grace in one sentence, guys? And exiled from the lands between. Ye dead who yet live, your grace long lost. Again. Follow the path to the lands between beyond the foggy sea to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. So there you go. That's kind of like there's horseback fight. I bet that's a pretty epic boss battle. Yeah, like that's kind of standard flavor text from that we all kind of come to know and love from FromSoftware. That's the other character design that I believe they've shown off. There's kind of a person with a blue kind of covering on their head, and then there's a person with kind of like a metal helmet with the longer hair. By the way, how amazing is it that FromSoftware, this person here, FromSoftware do like the most amazing game worlds ever created. Like I think they're unparalleled in doing that, and yet their hair animations ain't changed that much in all the time they've been doing this, and we love them for it. It's fine. Oh, they're kind of creepy. So, is there anything new on the official website? Let's see. Journey through the lands between, a new fantasy world created by Hidetaka Miyazaki. No, that's all known quantity stuff. It features vast fantastical landscapes and shadowy complex dungeons that are connected seamlessly. Well, that is nothing new from FromSoftware either. That is one of the things I absolutely love about them, is that they fall back on one another in intriguing and gorgeous, complex ways. This is all very, very awesome. I made some notes last night. Let me see. Irish mythology was a thing that was mentioned a lot last night on Twitter. I know Danny O'Dwyer was tweeting about it, and I think that's kind of, I can definitely see like echoes of Cuchulainn and lots of, if you're interested in Irish mythology, you should look it up, because I think that's kind of standard. FromSoftware and George R. R. Martin actually they do pick from various world mythologies. I don't think it's going to be hard and fast, like they're going to stick to much that's recognizable, but nothing wrong with taking a little bit of inspiration from it, sure. I wonder will we see patches? Kind of have to, huh? I would be surprised if there wasn't some little Easter eggs in there somewhere. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that they've sort of shown so far. I cannot wait to see actual HUD gameplay, because obviously what they show so far is it's pretty polished stuff, and it's, because it should be polished. This is the time that you get everyone in. I don't think FromSoftware games do trailer particularly well. They're slow burns, right? Like there's something that is meant to unravel over time, and it's hard to really get a flavor for them, an accurate flavor from them in a trailer. Like thinking back to seeing Dark Souls 3 trailers or even Sekiro trailers, it's not what it's like to actually play it, which is great, and I think that's fine. I think the trailers are more for let's put it back on, to see like that sort of quick succession of awesome bosses that are just eventually going to end up frustrating end. So this is our helper, I reckon. They're gonna level us up like in a hub world. Oh, so this is the Erd tree, which the ring has powered in the past, I suppose. This looks gorgeous. I like the sort of fractured nature of the land, clearly because the power has been sort of split. So I really hope this means that the horse cannot be killed. If you're summoning it out of thin air, then we don't need to worry about it at any point. It's not going to do like a aggro kind of thing at any point, please. FromSoftware, don't do that. This is how.
Foul tarnished.
Just give him a hand there, yeah. I wonder...
Of the Elden Ring.
I wonder if it means that this game is going to have fewer mobs. It seems like there's definitely a focus on kind of bigger bosses overall, rather than lots of little ones. That may not be true. I mean, again, like I said, these trailers tend to focus on kind of flashier looking enemy design rather than the little ones, but boing! That's some Skyrim style mountain traversal there. Oh, that looks beautiful. I'm intrigued to see what that's about. It's got a Tesseract, that's good also. Yes, so what does this mean then? Is this going to be the 4-player? Oh, it's so, that was huge. Isn't that, that's a very large boss. I like that kind of lion looking thing as well.
Well, a lowly tarnished.
I mean, it's basically like a mix of very familiar elements. This is very Celtic, by the way. That's very cool. Very Celtic, or very, you know, that's very Ornstein and Smough. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Like, there's a lot of Dark Souls elements in here. They've clearly like picked things from Bloodborne, things from Sekiro, things from Dark Souls, and yeah, or just kind of, it's like almost like a greatest hits. There's almost too much information to take in here, so I'm just like, what? So what do we think George R.R. Martin's gonna be? I mean, they're clearly echoing Dark Souls with that image right there, because that's just off the box art from Dark Souls 3. I don't know. I am very excited, but I have a feeling there's going to be a more comprehensive jolly cooperation element. I don't know what you guys think. But yeah, I think, well, Angika, I think you're right. It does look more agile than Dark Souls. It looks quicker. That might just be a byproduct of it, you know, being newer, you know, and taking advantage of new technology. Although it is cross-platform, so obviously I can't do that too much. Yeah, the Panther boss looks really cool. And the redhead, I wonder, is the redhead the queen, what was her name? The queen, the big boss lady queen. But yeah, we try and impale me, tall redhead lady. Oh no. Oh, we're starting that again, and I am okay with it. Yeah, it's got all those elements, but I'm seeing like this, like even this area, if you look beyond the sort of the wagon and everything, it's very wide open. You know, I mean, Dark Souls is obviously kind of like, well, when you think of Dark Souls, you think of these kind of enclosed areas and you know, very contained dungeons and drab well, bridges and stuff. But it'd be nice to see this incorporating more more open, wide open parts. Especially if, I mean, the whole point of having a mount would suggest that you need to cover longer distances more quickly, and you know, you need to utilize that rather than just making them wider. You have to actually make them denser too, right? So I wonder what kind of enemies would necessitate mounted horseback combat rather than just, you know, being, and it will have to force you to get off your horse and go on foot in some stages too. So I hope it strikes that balance between, you know, getting off your horse and going down into some weird creepy cave, and then like imagine like a boss fight like the flying Colossus, where you have to, like, you know, you have to jump from the horse onto it and then it takes off into the air. That would be rather epic. These big head guys are kind of spooky, and that's just cool. Anyway, this is just Breath of the Souls, says Eurogamer. I don't know whether that's Ian or Zoe. But yes, Breath of the Souls. Mount Traversal has a Darksiders 2 vibe, also says Philip. Yeah, that's right, yeah. And yeah, they do talk about flames a lot in the trailer. So, but I don't think it's the Dark Souls universe. Like, if it was, every time you block, your weapon
Peggy
snaps in
16.
half. If it was the Dark Souls universe, then I think they'd be more inclined to say that. And also, I mean, I don't know if they'd bring George R. R. Martin in, and then, because Hidetaka Miyazaki did say quite plainly, Dark Souls 3, that story was coming to an end. Of course, things change, people change, but I don't know. I feel like FromSoftware would stick to its guns on this kind of thing. Oh, it's Ian. Hi, Ian. Every From game seems to happen within the same multiverse as Vulpes Obscura. Yeah, that's true, and that's why Patches is in all of them, right? So, and I mean, it's a very convenient way to explain away the very similar use of assets and combat and everything else. But hey, that's why we love FromSoftware games. If it wasn't like them right now, we'd all probably be very upset. Well, sad. Yeah, Ian Tudor says they literally say a new world. I think it is a new world. But yeah, I hope we get to see more of this at the Bandai Namco stream, which is happening on. Let me get up my schedule. It's happening on Tuesday, and we are going to be streaming that. So look out for more. Well, for actual first live stream reactions then. However, if there is more info, I want to do like a more detailed breakdown. I wanted to stream this one because I wanted to just come out here and talk, just gush about it right away. But I will do a more comprehensive edited breakdown if we get more info later. And yeah, we're going to be streaming all week, of course, because it's E3. So do follow us. So do subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our Instagram, where we post, all of the links to our videos. We post behind the scenes, pictures, all sorts. And yeah, we're gonna be streaming all sorts. We've got. We're streaming later today, actually. We're streaming the next part of our Resident Evil 7 playthrough, so that'll be fun. Then tomorrow, we are streaming Ubisoft from 7:45 p.m. BST. On Sunday, we're streaming the Xbox Bethesda showcase and the Square Enix showcase. Square Enix will be from 8 o'clock BST, and Xbox Bethesda will be from 5:45 p.m. BST. Then on Monday we've got Capcom. We are seriously crossing our fingers for some Resi Village DLC. That'll be from 10:15 BST. And then Nintendo Direct on Tuesday, which will be very awesome. We're going to post a schedule to all of these on our social medias, so do stay tuned for that. But until then, guys, thank you for joining me. I tried to keep this as succinct as possible because I'm sure there's more stuff coming up, but I really just wanted to give them a hand, everybody. I really just wanted to come on and just chat about how excited I am for Elden Ring and hear how excited you all are, because I can't believe it's really happening. And I'm probably going to go play Sekiro or something now to get myself in the mood, or Dark Souls Remastered. Yeah. Anyway, I will see you later on today. We're streaming from 3:30. So, yeah, hope to see you all then. Bye!